Hey guys, and welcome back to Goalside. Before we begin, don't forget to participate in our lottery and stand a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. All you have to do is like our video, subscribe to our channel, and write the hidden message you'll find later in the video in the comments. Good luck, and may the odds be forever in your favour. For pretty much every player who makes it as a professional, being the best of the best is a dream. For most of the players, that remains the case. Now, you can't really blame any player to want to win every single title and accolade available in professional football, but even some of the greatest players haven't won it all. But with that dream comes the urge to do better and improve. In the last 15 years or so, we've witnessed a rivalry that's not shown any signs of slowing down. The way Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi have been setting records week in, week out is a phenomenon in its own right. No two players have ever been able to score as freely as these two have in recent memory. Obviously, these performances have led to a certain debate as to who's better. These debates have led to tons of vitriolic comments all over social media and has, to be honest, made them all the richer for it. And after going to great lengths to let everyone know why Messi is better than Ronaldo, we put on our creative hats and did the same for Ronaldo because, hey, how many Champions League title hat-tricks has Messi won? So we decided to put down a list of reasons why Ronaldo has already proven that he is actually a far better player than Messi ever was. Now, we know that these few statements are going to initiate another round of vitriol, so in order to avoid that, we will simply do our best to opt for a more logical approach to this. So here we go with some of the things and events that have proved to the world that Ronaldo is a better player than Messi. That determination. If you take a look at Ronaldo's career over the years, you would see this visage of a player who's never bothered by what people have to say about him. This isn't an average player who would lash out at the media, fans, or even opponents. Even as a youngster, Ronaldo would simply chin up, roll up his sleeves and get on with his life. No matter how many times he would be tackled or mocked by opposition players, the gifted forward would simply ignore all the noise and focus on how he can do better on the pitch. Such an attitude isn't normal at all. Regardless of how good we are at our job, if there are certain elements trying to wind us up or bring us down, we would eventually crumble, but Ronaldo has perhaps wrapped his brain in a titanium casing, which allows him to focus on what matters the most. If only all of us could be more like Ronaldo, perhaps our lives would be so much simpler and happier. There was this one time during his Real Madrid days when Jose Mourinho called out Ronaldo. We don't really know if that was a test or the special one asking CR7 to do more, but it clearly did not affect the Portuguese captain, who would continue scoring goals at an astonishing rate. There were even times that he would literally carry his team to the finish line. Now imagine if a manager were to lash out at Messi. Do you think he would stand a chance to retain his job? We leave it for you to decide, although we know that deep down in your heart, there's an unbiased answer screaming to be heard. More goals. Now, if you say that Lionel Messi is a better goal getter, we're simply going to stop you right there before you even give us an explanation. The fact that Ronaldo has actually scored goals of all types makes him a true goal scorer. From scoring from amazing headers, yep, like the ones where he chooses to stay mid-air for a while, to screamers, to volleys, to overhead kicks, to free kicks. Did you see the one against Portsmouth? This is a one-man wrecking crew, always looking to find the perfect scoring opportunity. While we do admit that Messi's dribbling and certain wow moments really make him an exciting player to watch, don't you find it amazing how Ronaldo can be equally devastating on both feet and can actually jump as high as an average NBA player? How many players can actually do that? Winning things for the country. Now, we are aware of the fact that many Ronaldo fans literally jump at the chance to let Messi fans know how their idol has not won anything on the international stage. Hey, a gold medal from the Olympics does count. But in all honesty, Ronaldo has been a far more successful performer on the international circuit than his rival. The Juventus man not only has more goals than Messi, but actually played a huge role in helping his country win its first ever international tournament in the shape of the 2016 European Championship. That was a tournament to remember, as Portugal almost crashed out of the competition in the group stages before Ronaldo rescued his country. Leading from the front, Ronaldo did not let his injury in the final affect him, as the forward would stay on the touchline and bark orders at his teammates, who would go on to ensure that Portugal won their first international piece of silverware. Testing himself everywhere. Another valid argument that gives yet more credence to our theory, Ronaldo has had the guts to actually test himself at more than one place. Rather than sitting comfortably in familiar territory, Ronaldo has this hunger to test himself to the limit. After starting out as a teenager in Portugal, Ronaldo moved to Manchester United, where he was put through the paces of being a professional football player under Sir Alex Ferguson. And while he could have stayed at United to make a legacy, the forward moved on to Real Madrid, where he would be under pressure to deliver on a regular basis. Playing at a club like Madrid is never easy, and many players struggled working under such a bright spotlight. But Ronaldo once again showed that he was made of something completely otherworldly. He took it upon himself to become the main man for the Galacticos and plundered so many goals that past legends had to stand up and admit that they're witnessing greatness. Who could have thought that Alfredo Di Stefano's record would be broken so easily? Who would have thought that Ronaldo would not only win multiple Ballon d'Ors but also complete a Champions League hat-trick? From scoring an insane number of goals to carrying his team when the rest of the players were not performing at a certain level, Ronaldo made sure that his team was always in the thick of things. And while in the end he wasn't given the sort of respect that he was due, Ronaldo would go down as the greatest player to have ever donned the Real Madrid jersey. Staying at Madrid would have been a very sane choice, and going to the MLS would have been a very understandable decision. However, Ronaldo's hunger and urge to win more compelled him to make another huge move. When Juventus came calling, the Portugal star did not think twice, fully aware that this might be his last opportunity to play for a European giant, aiming to conquer the continent. Many thought that the move would spell an end to Ronaldo's glittering career in Europe, just like it happened with Ronaldinho when he went to AC Milan. However, this is a player who's been doing superhuman things for more than a decade. Since coming to Juventus, he has continued scoring goals at the same pace and is the driving force behind the old lady's push for that elusive Champions League crown. And if Ronaldo ends up winning another one of those trophies, would that surprise us? Unlike Messi, Ronaldo wants to continue pushing himself, which is why he's shown a lot of courage to try and dominate as many leagues as he can. Messi, meanwhile, prefers to stay at a club where everything works in his favour. The complete player. So we're dropping another bomb here. Ronaldo is a complete player because he's more athletic, is physically imposing, has a range of skills and is very intelligent. The last part is something that needs to be explained to make a little more clear. Over the course of his career, we've seen him transform from a speedy winger to a playmaker, to a striker, to a poacher, to a player who's playing within his limits as he reaches the twilight years of his career. Knowing that he might not be terrorising defences for a long time, CR7 has modified his game to ensure his goal ratio isn't affected. Performing in big games. Every athlete goes through a time when he or she struggles to come up with the goods when it matters the most. The same has happened with Ronaldo, but not as regularly as you would expect. While many people argue that he's failed in big games on many occasions, how about we talk about an extraordinary stat that even Messi cannot boast about? CR7 has actually scored the most number of goals in the Champions League, and he has also won the Champions League 5 times, which is insane. Since the 2011-12 edition of the competition, Ronaldo has scored at least 10 goals, which is another stat that shows how effective this guy has been in the grandest stage of them all. For Portugal, Ronaldo's scoring spree cannot be matched by any of the country's legends such as Luis Figo, Nuno Gomes or even the great Eusebio. Ronaldo scores when his team needs goals the most for Portugal. Messi, on the other hand, was not at his best when Argentina lost the World Cup final to Germany and was also nowhere to be found when his team lost the Copa America final on 2 occasions against Chile. So remind us, why is it that everyone talks about Ronaldo choking in big moments? Staying composed in defeat. While his emotions get the better of him, why blame a player for being tearful after a defeat? However, not once in his career has Ronaldo gone about ranting at everything he can lay his eyes on when his team loses. In the 2018 Copa America defeat at the hands of Brazil, Messi went on with a rant that was really embarrassing. We never saw Ronaldo act like that, so why is it that people keep saying that the Portugal hitman is too full of himself? Giving back to the community. While no one likes to talk about it, but in all honesty, Ronaldo has always been a charitable human being. Back in 2015, Ronaldo was named as the most charitable sportsman in the world. Now, we're not saying that Ronaldo's good deeds make him a better human being than Messi. No one has the right to make such claims. But the way he's been portrayed as someone who's too full of himself seems nothing more than diverting attention from the fact that we've been lucky to have witnessed greatness in action.